When we mention family planning, the first thing that comes to people's mind is birth control. Because of the birth control policies many countries have had in the 21st century, trying to regulate the population of their country. So, like you mentioned rightly, in China, they had that policy that if you have only 2 or 3 children. In Nigeria, back in the late 80s, during the Babangida regime specifically, I remember that there was this national policy that families should have 4 children, or that ideally the number of children you should have should not exceed 4. But of course, we know that generally in rural areas and then in different parts of Nigeria, you have different traditions and cultures. So I'm not very sure if that policy is. But family planning is a whole lot more than birth control or number of children. It requires a very lengthy discussion between couples before they get married. Just like we discussed before on financial issues and other issues. Family planning is a very important aspect of marital life that couples need to have a very open discussion about.
Yes.
So it has caused many problems.
Of course.
Our aim is to ensure family cohesion, that families, are united in love, and that bond of love remains. And one of the things that can cause conflict is where they are not on the same page with regards to family planning. And it entails, when to start having children, the number of children to have, the spacing between each child, and for the woman herself to have a sense of autonomy over her own body, because it's her body.
Yes.
That really matters in all these issues that we're considering. And then family planning concerns not only women but also men also.
Yes.
We hear about contraceptions for men too, and then the issue of and who will be responsible for what in the family. All those discussions need to be had.
Yeah, so viewers will have that. But before we continue, I want you to like our page. Click the like button. Don't forget, drop your comments on any observation on the issue we're discussing today, and click the bell button for more notification. So now, why do you think this discussion is very important? Okay, yeah, from what you just said, Nigeria's population, because I think I heard something like 4 children that a family should have. Because I remember then, a long time ago, that even when traveling abroad, you should not go with more than 4 kids. So you see why this discussion is important between couples, so as to know how many kids you need to have and when to start having the kids and all that. So now the first reason why the discussion is important is alignment. Maybe you can expand on that.
Alignment of values.
Yes.
The reason why it will be important to discuss family planning between a married couple is the issue of alignment of values. We need to be on the same page with regards to when to start having children, how many children to. The whole discussion is because you are building up a family.
Yes.
You are building up a family, and to bring children into the mix, you need to really plan and strategize. Of course, based on our religious beliefs, there are a lot of controversies regarding this topic.
Yes.
Some people will tell you outrightly that, it's not a discussion that should be had at all. Everything should be left to the hands of Allah. To a large extent, it's being misconstrued or misinterpreted.
Yes.
That we are leaving things to Allah does not mean also that we should not take practical steps to ensure that there is harmony. Where a husband and wife are disagreeing over some issues. For instance, the man wants only male children, and his wife keeps on having female children, and he starts to blame her. That would mean that you yourself, you are not relying on Allah for what He's giving you. So this discussion is not just about, okay, should we have children or should we not have children? It's also about what is the best for both of them, for their health. What is the best thing? How to make the entire pregnancy process easy for the woman.
Yes.
Financial issues, how to take very good care of these children. Because when we come back to the Islamic perspective, the Prophet ﷺ has said that we should have many children because on the day of Al-Qiyamah, he'll be proud of his ummah, But what he's saying is not that we just have worthless children. It will be better not to have than to create a whole bunch of children that will be a problem, that will be a terror to society. That's not what we want. It will be better to be able to raise responsible individuals in society that will contribute positively to the ummah and then lead to a better society.